So I suppose really to begin with, Box is synonymous with the cloud for a lot of people in terms of convenience. But there's a lot of interesting things happening. I'm seeing the cloud move from being a place where we conveniently store stuff to actually being our workplace almost, our work desks. Colleagues are collaborating that way. I see you guys doing a lot of collaborations with people like Salesforce, Microsoft. So I suppose really start with you really, where do you see Box and other companies like it being a storage place or more of a workplace?
Yeah, well, coincidentally, we completely agree with you. The first sort of phase of the cloud was really about the adoption of these technologies, which means that it was mostly about moving data from on-premise systems to these cloud technologies. But as we have more and more cloud tools in our businesses and the cloud is more ubiquitous, the storage and the management of information becomes sort of just the baseline use case. And it's much more about how do you get the most out of your information and your data. And that really means how do you work with other people in real time? How do you get information access from any device, anywhere you are? And that's really where Box is moving as a company and where we think the cloud is going to move in general. So not just about storing data, whether those are files or CRM records, but actually how do you get the most out of your information wherever you are?
In terms of working with other software companies, I mean, I think the word of the day is platform. It's not so much about creating a place, it's a platform. I mean, in terms of working with developers and working with other software companies, as mentioned, there's Salesforce, Microsoft and others, how do you facilitate them to enable the Box Cloud to become your desktop?
Yeah, well, I'm not entirely sure the Box Cloud will become one's desktop. There's the vision of this is really just that you can pull up your information anywhere, and that includes any other application you're going to work in. So if you're in Salesforce.com looking at a customer record, you want to be able to see all of the content that you have stored in Box that's related to that customer. If you are within NetSuite, your ERP system, you want to be able to, again, pull up all of your financial information, all your marketing assets that relate to whatever financial information you're trying to manage. So the vision is store it once and extend it everywhere. And I think that's a vision that a lot of cloud companies are taking on because of web services and new types of APIs. We can finally make that happen in the cloud.
In terms of Box's journey, because you guys, it's still a young company, but you've come a long way very fast. Where do you see yourselves emerging to? I mean, in terms of global reach, I mean, how many people use Box right now, and where would you like to see it go?
Yeah, so we are certainly by startup standards, we've been at this for quite some time. We're about 8.5 years old, but we're young at heart. And we now are used by 20 million people in 180,000 businesses. We'd obviously like to be used by hundreds of millions of people in millions of businesses, so there's still a lot of growth left in terms of what we're trying to do. But there's also a changing nature of the types of customers that we work with. So we're beginning to work with larger and larger enterprises in the world. So some of the world's biggest companies that need to be able to have a secure way to manage their information in the cloud. If you look at a pharmaceutical company who needs to be able to more efficiently collaborate on new drugs that they're working on. If you look at a media and entertainment company who needs to be able to, again, more efficiently and better collaborate on maybe a movie or a new record that they're putting out. These are the types of ways that the cloud and where software delivered as a service is going to actually change the nature of work, and we're actually going to become much more productive and move much more quickly through business and through industries.